Before I even tell you what happened this weekend, let me just say, this changes everything you thought you knew about how the West is really handling the Ukraine crisis. I'm Andrew Meatrich, former analyst for a state-run media outlet, now independent truth-teller, and what I discovered today will blow your mind. We've got German Chancellor Merz making explosive statements about American security guarantees for Ukraine, and at the same time a royal property scandal that shows just how petty and vindictive the British establishment can be. You won't believe this, but these two stories are more connected than you think. They're both about power, control, and who gets to decide the fate of others. Hit that like button right now if you want the truth, not the sanitized version the mainstream media feeds you. Because tomorrow, the news could change everything, and I need you to be prepared for what's really happening behind closed doors in Washington and London. Let's start with what German Chancellor Friedrich Merz just revealed. Wait until you hear this. Merz announced that the United States and European countries are ready to participate in providing Ukraine with security guarantees. This is absolutely massive, people. This comes after Trump's meeting with Putin in Alaska, and let me tell you, the timing is no coincidence. According to multiple sources, including the Wall Street Journal, Trump told European leaders that America is prepared to provide security guarantees for Ukraine. But, and here's the kicker, not through NATO. This represents a complete departure from the traditional security framework that has protected Europe since World War II. Merz specifically stated the good news is that America is ready to participate in such security guarantees and is not leaving it solely to the Europeans, but the Europeans must contribute to ensuring Ukraine's long-term security. But here's where it gets even worse. The negotiations are set to continue this Monday with a crucial meeting between Trump and Zelensky in Washington, followed potentially by a trilateral summit with Putin. What's shocking is that Trump has already briefed European leaders about Putin's conditions, and they're not pretty. Putin wants all of eastern Ukraine's Donbas region, and he's willing to discuss current front lines, not official borders. The American Special Envoy Steve Witkoff claims they've agreed on robust security guarantees. But what does that actually mean when Russia gets to keep stolen territory? Now listen carefully to what this really means. This isn't just diplomacy. This is Trump playing three-dimensional chess, while everyone else is stuck playing checkers. The fact that Germany's new chancellor is openly discussing security guarantees outside of NATO tells you everything about how desperate Europe has become. They know Trump is serious about making Europe pay for its own defense, and they're scrambling to find alternatives. Merz has already said Germany must achieve independence from the USA in defense matters, step by step. That's not cooperation, that's preparation for abandonment. But here's the shocking twist, and this is where my blood starts boiling. While Merz talks about these guarantees being more valuable than just a ceasefire, Putin is sitting there knowing he can negotiate from the current line of contact, not the official Ukrainian borders. Think about this for a second. Russia invaded a sovereign country, committed countless war crimes, and now gets rewarded by keeping the territory it stole through violence. You see the pattern, right? Russia gets to keep what it conquered, Ukraine loses its eastern regions, and we're supposed to call that peace. The European leaders are being played like fiddles. Trump told them Putin doesn't want a mere ceasefire, he wants a comprehensive peace agreement that legitimizes his territorial gains. If you're still with me, hit that like button. It tells me you want the truth. Not just the sanitized headlines the establishment media serves up. But if you think this diplomatic manipulation is bad, wait until you hear what's happening in the British royal family. Just imagine that for a second. Prince Harry and Meghan, the couple who literally made millions complaining about royal life, are now reportedly furious that William and Catherine have chosen their new forever home at Forest Lodge, and here's where it gets absolutely insane. According to excellent sources, both Harry and Meghan were independently very keen on this particular property in Windsor, with its 8 bedrooms, plenty of room, and side cottages for staff. Meghan apparently felt she could reside there comfortably, closer to the late Queen at that point. They even went for a viewing with Harry and liked what they saw, but when they couldn't get what they wanted through the usual channels, they kicked off and went off in a huff to California. The details are sketchy about why this never came off, but apparently it all fell apart because Meghan couldn't get what she wanted in other aspects of royal life. Now here's the part that will make your head spin. Sources in Montecito are claiming that William and Catherine only picked Forest Lodge as their new forever home, simply to aggravate and stoke up even more tensions with the Sussex camp. Let me repeat that. They believe William deliberately planned this move specifically to hurt and provoke them. These are the same people who said they wanted nothing to do with royal life, who claimed they were trapped like birds in a cage and desperately needed to escape the Golden Prison. Wait until you hear the next part. Harry, according to these sources, believes this is a calculated move to remind him of what he gave up. And now, listen carefully. What's absolutely mind-boggling is they didn't like royal life, they didn't want to live it, they were supposedly happy to disappear from Windsor forever and start fresh in America. So what exactly is the problem here? You've got a 16-bathroom mansion in Montecito with all the privacy you claim to want. Shouldn't you just be content with that, living your best life in California? Well, apparently absolutely not. Harry, in particular, simply cannot let go of what he left behind. And this situation is apparently far from over. It's still developing behind the scenes. The sheer audacity of these two is completely breathtaking. They voluntarily left the royal family, took their millions in Netflix and Spotify deals, built their entire media empire on systematically trashing the institution and everyone in it, and now they have the nerve to be upset that life continues without them. Here's where it gets even more ridiculous. The same couple that claimed their passport was confiscated, their car keys were taken away, that Meghan was supposedly like Rapunzel trapped in a tower sending out distress signals, are now obsessively monitoring and commenting on every single move William and Catherine make from their luxury mansion thousands of miles away. They wanted out, they got out, but they still want to control the narrative and dictate how the family they abandoned should behave. Subscribe now, because the next story we cover might hit even closer to home, and you absolutely need to understand how these power games really work at the highest levels. You see what's happening here, right? Whether it's Trump manipulating Ukraine into accepting Putin's terms, or Harry and Meghan trying to control the narrative from their California mansion, it's all about power and control. The German Chancellor is desperately trying to keep America involved in European security while Trump holds all the cards. Meanwhile, the Sussexes can't stand that the world moved on without them. These aren't separate stories. They're part of the same pattern. The entitled believe they deserve to dictate terms even after they've walked away from their responsibilities. We're building an honest English-speaking news community here, and I need you to be part of it. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and tell me in the comments what you think about these power games. Are you seeing the connections I'm seeing? The establishment, whether political or royal, always thinks they can have their cake and eat it too. But the truth has a way of coming out, and that's why channels like this matter. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and remember, the next revelation might be even more shocking than what we uncovered today.